Okay, Assalamualaikum and hi to sir. Today I want to talk about guidance for the prevention of stress and violence at the workplace. My name is Wan Ahmad bin Wan Ahmad Hatta. My nomenclature is 4242203027. The forward. Current community awareness and concern about the issue of stress and violence at work have increased recently due to more reporting of cases and more attention given by the media to several dramatic and sometimes tragic workplace incidents perpetrated by disturbed individuals. Okay. Stress and violence incur considerable cost to an employee if viewed from the angle of physical and mental health problem, employment implication, and the risk of job loss. Violence and stress. The scope is violence and stress are new major threat to societies and enterprise. They cause is in terms of disruption, bad image, absenteeism, turnover, accident at work, burnout, and compensation are increasingly becoming apparent. Okay, this guidance is designed to offer an integrated workplace response to the problem of violence and stress that often manifest themselves together at the workplace. The guidance also introduced an innovative approach whereby workers' health, safety, and well-being become integral part of the economics, sustainability, and organization development of enterprise. Stress. Stress is the physical and emotional response that occur when the requirement of the job do not match the capability, resource, or need of the employee. Under normal circumstance, employee should be able by activating their reaction mechanism to find new balance and respond to new situation. Okay. If health is considered as a dynamic equilibrium, stress is a part of it, for there is no health without interaction with other people and with the environment. Okay. Violence. Violence is incident where employees are abused, threatened, assault, or subject to other offensive behavior in circumstance relate to their work. Okay. Why the existence of physical violence at the workplace has been always recognized. The existence of psychology violence has been long underestimated and only now receive due attention. Okay. Psychology violence is currently emerging as a priority concern at the workplace. Guidance for the prevention of stress and violence at the workplace. Physical and psychological violence often the overlap in practice, making any attempt to categorize different form of violence very difficult. Okay, some of the most frequently used terms relate to violence are present in the following list. Okay, first is assault or attack. Okay, second is threat, third is abuse, and fourth is harassment, and five is bullying, and the lastly is sexual harassment. Okay. Approach. Stress and violence at the work are not isolate individual problem but strategy issue root in wider social, economic, organizational and cultural factors. The response therefore needs to be direct at the cause rather than the effect of the violence at the work. Okay. The stepwise approach. It is essential that anti-stress and violent action be carried on in a systematic way by a series of the fundamental steps. Okay, first step is stress recognition. Okay, second is stress assessment, and third is anti-stress intervention, and the lastly is monitoring and evaluation. Stress recognition. Stress, you can dry throat, muscle tension, headache, indigestion, tight, insomnia, and high blood pressure. Okay. Irritability, imposing behavior, difficult in making decision, sudden increase in smoking or alcohol. Okay. And the lastly is excessive worrying, feeling of worthlessness, brooding forgetfulness. Guidance for the prevention of stress and violence at the workplace. Rising awareness. For the individual, negative stress activate a variety of physical and emotional symptoms that can lead up to serious disease if the situation lasts. Okay, at the workplace, stress and violence cause immediately and often long-term disruption to interpersonal relationship, the organization of the work, and the overall working environment. Employer bear the direct cost of lost work and more expensive security measure. Environmental intervention, improving the general environment. The physical feature of a workplace can be factor in either diffusing or acting at a potential trigger for stress and violence. First is noise, second is dangerous substance, third is illumination, and third is fourth is temperature, and the lastly is humidity. Okay. Improving the workstation design. The design of the workstation is of fundamental importance in providing an employee with comfortable working condition and thus contribute to the alleviation or elimination of stress and violence at the workplace. Okay, this is a guideline for the arrangement of workplace. The workers should be able to maintain upright and forward-facing posture during work. Okay. Second is where vision is a requirement of the task, the necessary work point must be adequate, visible, and the head and trunk is upright. Okay. All work activities should permit the workers to adopt several different but equally healthy and safe the posture without reducing capability to do the work. Okay. Improving job content. Job design is another essential element in respect of the stress and violence. An efficient design should provide for an appropriate variety of skill. Okay, this is a skill. Okay, tasks performed are identifiable as a whole units of a job rather than fragment. Okay, jobs provide an appropriate degree of anatomy. Okay, next is jobs are not excessively repetitive and monotonous. Okay, job and are arranged with a wider variety of tasks. Okay, next is job plan is improved. The overload is not excessive, and the lastly is pace of work is not excessive. Okay, intervention on the individual. Okay, first is selection. Selection tools such as written test, interview, performance test, psychology test, and other prediction device are commonly recommended. Okay, next is training. Okay, regulation and update training is essential to stress and violence prevention. Okay, third is fitness. Maintain physical fitness and emotional stable physique condition is an effective way to fight and overcome stress and violence. Okay, and the lastly is a very important is counseling. Okay, psychological support and counseling appear to be an important aspect of the coping strategy that can be activated within an organization. Okay, and the lastly is monitoring and evaluation. Okay, first is reporting and recording. Okay, it is recommended to record and report all incidents related to stress and violence, including both minor and potential incidents where not actually harm as a result. Okay, next is evaluation. Okay, it is essential to evaluate the effect of anti-stress and anti-violence measure after they have been introduced. Okay, monitor the result of the change that have been introduced on a continuous basis. Okay, and the lastly is allow workers to provide regular feedback to check how well they are working and to make modification as necessary. Okay, that's all for me. Thank you.